Lesson 1-20 Practice. Transformations, Transversals, and Proof. Question 1. This question has two parts. First answer part A, then answer part B. Part A. Priya, I bet if the alternate interior angles are congruent, then the lines will be parallel. Han, really? We know if the lines are parallel, then the alternate interior angles are congruent. But I didn't know that it works both ways. Priya, well, I think so. What if angle ABC and angle BCJ are both 40 degrees? If I draw a line perpendicular to line AI through point B, I get this triangle. Angle CBX would be 50 degrees because 40 plus 50 equals 90, and because the angles of a triangle sum at 180 degrees. Angle CBX is 90 degrees. It's also a right angle. Oh, then line AI and GJ are both perpendicular to the same line. That's how we constructed parallel lines, by making them both perpendicular to the same line. So lines AI and GJ must be parallel. Based on Priya and Han's conversation, the diagram may now be labeled so that 50 is placed in the location of the number. So 50 would be 2. 40 plus 50 is 90. And 90 degrees may be placed in the location number 3. Alternate interior angles are congruent, so angle IBX is the same as BXC, which is angle 3. Is there something special about 40 degrees, and will any two lines cut by a transversal with congruent alternate interior angles be parallel? There is nothing special about the 40 degrees. That could be, if that wasn't 40, it could be 50, and that would make angle 2 be 40, and angle 3 would still be 90. No, 40 degrees isn't special. This will always work. The argument could be repeated with a variable instead of 40 degrees to prove. So it could be any angle, not just 50, like I said. In general, any two lines cut by a transversal with congruent alternate interior angles will be parallel. Question 2, refer to the image. Complete the statement to prove lines AI and GG are parallel. Angle ABC has a measure of 80 degrees. Angle ABC is this angle. It's congruent to angle A because they are vertical angles. Because of vertical angles, angle CBX has a measure of 90 minus A, because ABC is angle ABC is A, and that means angle CBX has to be 90 minus A because it's complementary. Complementary means it adds up to 90. Supplementary means it adds up to 180 to angle ABC. By triangle angle sum, the angles of a triangle add up to be 180. Angle CXB must be 90 degrees. All right, they're saying if this is A, this is this angle, this is 90 minus A. This is A, and this has to be 90 because they have to add up to be 180. Therefore, BX is blank to both AI and GJ. It's perpendicular. And that's the sign for perpendicular. And if they're both perpendicular to the same line, that means to both lines AI and GJ, so they are parallel. If they're both perpendicular to this line, BX, that means AI and GJ are parallel. Question 3. Refer to the image. What is the measure of ABE? We can measure it. ABE should be 50 degrees. You can see it's about 50 degrees because these two angles, ABE and CBD, are vertical. So they're both 50 degrees. Lines AB and BC are perpendicular. The dashed rays bisect ABD and CBD. Complete the explanation of why the measure of angle EBF is 45 degrees. Since lines AB and BC are perpendicular, this means that the measure of angle ABC is ABC is 90 degrees. Angles ABE and EBD have blank measure. It looks like they have a measure, the same. They both have a degrees measure. They have the same measure, as do angles TBF, and FBC. They both have B degrees measure. Since 2 times A plus 2 times B equals 90, that means A plus B equals 45. So the measure of EBF is the measure of EBD plus DBF, which is 45. Question 5. Which of the following is not the image of quadrilateral ABCD after a sequence of transformations? Why? Well, you can see ABCD has the same size and shape as all of these quadrilaterals except AMJD. So AMJD is not the image of ABCD. It's larger. You can see on ABCD the longest side is AD, and then on AMJD the longest side is MJ, and it shares a side. So what do they name it? DJMA. DJMA, yeah, DJMA. Quadrilateral DJMA, the longest side of ABCD is AD. The longest side of DJMA is JM. These sides have different lengths. If the figures are not congruent, then there's not a sequence of transformations that will take one figure to the other one. Question 6. Quadrilateral ABCD is congruent to A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. Select all the rigid motions that form a sequence of transformations that takes A to A prime, B to B prime, C to C prime, and D to D prime. We're going to translate quadrilateral ABCD by the directed line segment B to B prime. We're going to translate, and we're going to go from B to B prime. Then we're going to rotate it about point B, until the image of B coincides with B prime. The angle measure is about 46 degrees, and it looks like it's clockwise, so that's negative. So we're going to rotate this figure around point B prime, clockwise. Negative 46 is 0.1. Rotate the image using center B prime until the image of A coincides with A prime. This question is just like it. Which of the following describes a sequence of rigid motions that takes A to A prime, B to B prime, and C to C prime? Well, we're going to translate from A to A prime, and then we'll rotate the image using center A prime until the image of B coincides with B prime. So we'll move A to A prime, and then we'll rotate it until B's on B prime. Same as the last one. Question 8. Identify any angles of rotation that create symmetry. Well, you can see it has like 3 leaves here, and so it'd be the same. So a full circle is 360. It'd be the same every time. It's 360 divided by 3. So 360 divided by 3 is 120. And then add another 120 to that, you get 240. So if you rotate it 120 and 240 degrees, it will look exactly the same. Question 9. The 3 line segments form the letter N. Rotate the letter N clockwise around the midpoint of segment BC by 180 degrees. Alright, 3 line segments form the letter N. Rotate the letter N clockwise around the midpoint of segment BC by 180 degrees. Alright, so if you pick segment BC and find the midpoint, and then you select the figure, I guess you would hit box select, select all 3 segments, and then we're going to rotate it around this midpoint 180 degrees. You can see it's still in. The image is same letter N.